Shakalaka.
Boom, boom. There we go.
Break it down.
Let's see. Boom. Ha! Yeah, we back up in here.
We back. We back.
Let's see. There we go. No echo. Okay. I was hearing the echo a little bit.
Yeah, I heard a little bit of it too.
Headphones good?
Headphones are A-OK.
Okay. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the No Shade, Just Palm Trees podcast. Yeah. You see and know the vibes. We're going to get it cracking one time for the one time. You know, I was sitting up here thinking about this group named Total from the 90s. And people don't really give them that much respect, but I'm here to put some respect on their name. Let's get it cracking with some Total, man. Let's get this thing.
Let's do it.
I just don't understand how they just
disrespect, disregard them.
Disregard it.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me, but it kind of makes sense because that's just what the times we're in today.
Absolutely.
People just don't care. They forget about you. And we not here for all that. No. We're not here for the slander, man. So I hope y'all doing great out there. I was out there watching not out there, but I was at home in the comforts of my home watching Dreamville Fest. It was fantastic. Tonight is J. Cole, Drake. It's a great day thus spawn, but we got a great show for y'all, man. We're gonna get this thing cracking one time for the one time.
98.
Let's go.
Total.
Hey.
Kima. Keisha. Pam. Missy. Talk to me. Yeah.
No shade, no shade.
Bad boy. My mic sounds nice. Check one. Bad boy. My mic sounds nice. Check two. E-U-F-F. I'ma make them go deaf. Make you say, who that? Them total bitches. Bags, Keisha, and Pam. Oh shit.
You in that car next to you, man. Turn up one time for the one time.
Damn right.
Baby, you showing something. You showing something. See, I won't trade you for nothing. See, everything you do to me, you got me tripping.
Hey.
Satisfied, and that's guaranteed. I hope you have you been checking me. I know what you're talking about. Got me tripping on the phone now, yeah. You got me bugging, boy. You bring me so much joy. You got me pumping, boy. You know I say my soul for you.
Come on, man. Lego. Hey.
The chicken head from Pasadena to Medina, bet big get in between you, then see the prognosis, doses, blends and
After this, we're gonna get into it, man. Just gotta put some respect on Total's name.
Who filling them with octane? Got them gassed up, about to get blasted up, son. The last one word the mother, brother missing.
Hey.
I seen it when we kissed him at the wake. Made us hot. The high guy in 850, eyes smoking. Rap terror, for chrome and terror. Streets high by the rivers. The fifth is conspicuous. Bad boy slipped to 95, ridiculous. My rap lines is like landmines. One step to boom, black suits fill the room. Gentlemen make the surge, junior mafia's the click. Act up, I have my honey's total push.
In the middle of the day now, baby, I seem to think of
Only you. Lego.
Never thinking for a moment, baby, that you've been thinking of me too.
Hey. Hit up them comments if you're on the live, man. Let's go. Hey.
I can't wait for the day that we can get together.
What up to YouTube, Facebook, Twitter? Man.
Can't you see you and me?
Hey.
I'm meant to be your baby. And there's nothing left to say.
Can't you see? Come on, man. One last one. and then we're gonna get it cracking, man. Respect and total salute to y'all, everybody out there. No Shade, Just Palm Trees podcast. Ho, man. It's springtime. Hey, hey. Cuffing season is over.
Don't care who sees me thinking about you makes my life complete. And what I mean by that my whole world changes. You make me feel things that I never felt.
There you go.
I wanna kiss you.
Kissing you is Welcome to the No Shade, Just Palm Trees podcast. This is episode 216. As you can see, I am your host, Mr. Royce, aka Royce Belafonte, aka my beard don't connect, but bitch, I know somebody who likes it. And I'm sitting across from the man, the myth, the legend, T-Mo.
Yo. I'm back in the place. We gonna do this thing, y'all. We gonna chop it up today and make some things happen. We got a lot that's hot today, so I know we're gonna be digging deep.
For sure, man. As always, Bonita is out of town. Well, not as always. That's not what I meant. But Bonita is out of town, and as always, Pops is stepping in for us. So, hey, man, we appreciate you being here.
No problem.
Shoot. Well, I don't know what you wanna touch on first, but okay. I know exactly what I want to touch
What's
on
on
first.
your mind?
So I was thinking about relationships.
Okay.
And just how the dynamic has changed so much,
Right.
especially with our group
Right.
versus y'all's group, because we talked about the labeling.
Right.
So people label generations as one is better than the other.
Absolutely.
So I wanted to know, like, what do you think is missing today as far as dating? Why is it so difficult? If you could pinpoint something.
If I could pinpoint something in particular in regards to dating, it would be all the hype, all this hype about you can't find a good man, you can't find a good woman. If you want one, you'll find one, and if you're looking, you don't have to really just go mad crazy. Just be prepared when they come to you. Stop being all hyped up and going around here looking and trying to touch everything you see.
True.
You know,
That's true.
And that goes for both sexes. You know,
Yeah.
You got to just kind of kick back and kind of watch the environment.
Yeah.
See how it flows. See what the energy is like.
For
You
sure.
know, and have some conversation. And don't text them. Have some real conversation face to face. That's one of the things I see a lot going on with the younger generations.
Yeah.
They don't communicate anymore. They don't talk. They text, but they don't talk. And anything that you do in the text can be misconstrued very easily
100%.
by anyone.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things I see that really blows my mind, man. It seems like they don't want to take the time to, enjoy that fine bottle of wine and learn to mellow while you sip it, not gulping.
Yeah.
Just sip and take your time. Find what you want and want what you find and stick with it. I tell you, once you get out there and you start going all buck wild and everything, you ain't gonna find nothing but trouble. That's all you gonna find is trouble, man.
Yeah, I can say.
Find you one that want to be with you and you want to be with her. If y'all on the same sheet of music, on the same page, on the same line,
Yeah.
everything will be fine.
So okay, so what's the major? I can't say it's the mind frame, but maybe it is the mind frame, because we're supposed to be getting smarter, getting better,
Absolutely,
as time goes on.
Yeah.
But like the generation you grew up in, the
Right.
time frame was different.
Right.
I don't know if it's different or if it's better.
Well,
because that's
I'm not going to sit up here and compare and say which is better than the other, but I can tell you this: with all this technology that we have today, relationships are strained, very strained, because again, we don't communicate.
Yeah.
You know, when we were coming up, you had to talk to people in order to, and you had to be in their presence.
Right.
You know, so you could feel that energy.
Mm-hmm.
You could feel that vibe. You could see their actions or interactions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, man, all you gotta do is get on the computer, man. Get on your phone, man.
The worst relationships I've ever had stemmed from texting.
Yeah.
It started off just it's a gift and a curse.
Yeah.
Like I met a person that I would never meet. Like she was far away.
Right.
But it was via text.
Right.
I couldn't read her as a person, and eventually we exchanged numbers. We conversed, and I felt like it was a good vibe.
Right.
But I don't know because I didn't have that initial conversation. So it's true.
And
but
when you're not able to be there with that person,
you
and
can't
just kind of observe.
Right.
You don't have to be doing a lot of talking.
Yeah.
Just observe.
Yeah. It's true.
Sit back and watch what she do.
Yeah.
See how she comes across.
It's been plenty of jobs that I've had that, especially overseas.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know like these women were attracted to me until Thomas pointed it out to me. But I was so scared for my life, I couldn't focus on like them like feeling me or whatever. But it is true. Like once you step back and you realize like, oh, she's not just smiling just to be smiling at you. She's actually excited to talk to you.
That's right.
And is intrigued by you, so she wants to speak to you.
But the strange thing about that is when you're like overseas and things like that, when you're in an environment, and you were in a war environment, so that's, but when you're over there, man, it's a totally different beast.
Yeah.
Because you're away from America totally.
Yeah.
So now you're over there trying to feel your way around and trying to feel everybody that you can, trying to get to be as close as you possibly can to them. Mm-hmm. And you may not be thinking about, like you said, getting with somebody. You're thinking about, am I going to be all right over here? Am I going to get hit by a bomb, or am I going to step on a landmine somewhere? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But for people, life still goes on.
Yeah, for sure.
So they looking, even though you weren't looking, they were.
That's what I realized.
Because they looking for somebody to be close with.
Yeah. And I would feel that in that time because it's such a dire time. It makes sense.
There
you don't
go.
know.
Absolutely. You don't know whether you're going to get up tomorrow.
Yeah. So it makes sense.
Yeah.
But I also feel like in our today's generation, we have a lot of rules.
Yeah.
We have like the Me Too movement.
Yeah.
I can actually say like it's been a lot of instances where I probably missed taking a shot or attempting to take a shot because of the rules. I don't know what women want anymore. I don't know how to approach them. So I just keep it with the homie thing. I just be like, oh yeah, you the homie. We talk about basketball. We talk about sports.
That's the best way.
Yeah, because
you say something and it goes the wrong way.
Yeah.
And you done lost everything in regards to this individual. Because you be like, I don't feel you like that.
Right.
And if nothing else, you get embarrassed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the bottom line is, I think you need to actually be friends before you become boyfriend and girlfriend.
100%.
I think that's absolutely something you have to do. You have to spend some time. People don't want to spend no time with nobody no more.
Nah.
Everything is done with the quickness, man. Everything is done.
Microwave.
Bang, 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 bang. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though we know it ain't good for us, we still microwaving.
Yeah, it's true.
It's just what we've done to our society, man.
Yeah.
We've quickened everything. We made something better. We were talking about that product the other day. Mm-hmm. And we were talking about how the guy had improved it. And that was one of the things I was telling you as you were growing up as a youngster. Somebody's always out there thinking about some way to improve something that we already have.
Yeah.
They're always working on it, some way, somehow. Some things are good, but I think a lot of stuff that we got going on right now is bad because we don't get with each other. We don't experience each other. Mm-hmm. We with the pandemic now, it's even worse.
Yeah.
Because we even more standoffish.
Yeah.
And that's what you were talking about the other day about the labeling.
Yeah.
Bruh, Once you slap a label on something,
That's it.
that's it, dog.
That's
I'm
it.
telling you,
It don't matter.
It don't matter
what label you put on there. If it could be beneficial to you, but you're stuck with that label.
That's it. That
and it's
label.
just crazy.
And it's madness, man, because I've seen it as I've grown older, and
Yeah.
I've seen it as I've grown up, and that was a while ago, but it's still the same way. When people label you, man, it doesn't matter where you are or what you're doing. If they know you, that's what they will know of you.
Yeah, just think about the people you went to school with.
Absolutely.
That's where what they remember you
Check it
as.
out.
If you was the party animal in school,
Yeah.
that's what they remember you as.
Absolutely.
It was Ken's friend.
Yeah.
At TJ's funeral
Service,
memorial.
okay, yeah.
And it was we had that lunch.
Right.
And she was like, "Man, where's the old Brandon at?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
where is he at? Where's the
Yeah.
fun Brandon?"
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm like, "I'm old.
Yeah.
Like,
I grew up.
What? I'm not out here
I matured.
taking shots of anything.
Yeah.
I'm just relaxing and enjoying
But it's
myself."
amazing how we think that you're going to be the same way.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm
when
not.
people see you, oh well, man, that was 30 years ago, man.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
If I'm thinking the same way I was at 18, if I'm thinking that same way at my current age,
right.
something's wrong with that.
Right. That's why I was
Something-
I paused and looked at her
Yeah.
like, I don't
I got other things on my mind.
much rather not be hungover, drunk,
Yeah.
doing none of that stuff.
Puking, any of the above. you know.
And not to be sound like I'm better or anything. It's not that. It's just the fact that I'm not doing that. I'm not 22.
Check it out. But,
I'm not.
But now you know by you saying that you're not better. The first thing gonna come to mind
Oh yeah,
is,
nigga think he better than
you better
everybody.
than everybody.
That nigga.
Look at it, man. Oh, fancy ass motherfucker. Trying to act all like he out. Come on, man, like he don't know. You know what I'm saying? Even though that was 10 years ago, he know what time it is.
Forgot where he from.
Yeah. What he gonna
Come
do?
on, bruh.
He ain't himself no more.
Like, man, chill. It's mad people that have grown. They
Yeah.
have families.
Yeah.
They have careers.
Yeah.
They have things they have shit to lose.
Yes, sir.
And so that changes things.
Absolutely.
And I don't think, even tying it back to dating,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think a lot of people hold love or relationships in a high regard.
I don't either.
I think that I think the 90s fucked us up.
Yeah.
Seeing like so many women
Right.
just call men dogs.
Yeah.
And then women wanting to be on the same level as men. Like women can cheat too.
Right.
We can have sex without feelings too.
Right.
And then it just perpetuated to this.
Right.
And it's just like, and I'm not blaming all
Yeah, no,
women.
no, you can't blame
I'm not
them.
saying that. I'm just saying like
It's a societal thing, though.
Yeah.
It's all about the society.
but
man.
it's based on the women though.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
a society grows, it either progresses or regresses
Right.
based on its women.
Right.
So I look at Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is where it is
Right.
because they won't allow their women to progress.
Absolutely.
They won't allow their women to go to school. They won't allow their women to vote,
Right.
drive, or any
Right.
of that shit.
Yeah.
So even today, like we've not allowed, but for a lack of a better word,
Right,
society has allowed them to do all of these things,
Right.
and this is what they did with
Yeah.
it. And now it's a complaint like,
Yeah.
dating sucks.
Yeah, it is.
Well, you
Yeah,
keep
well-
adding polygamy. You keep adding all these stupid X factors in here. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
Right.
So I
Absolutely.
just,
But see, we change and we go through so many different changes. Some of them are small.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are very big. And we do any and everything with somebody and anybody sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And then when somebody comes along who really wants to be with you,
yeah.
you know, what
Yeah.
you gonna do? What you gonna do? Especially if you've been out there freaking everybody on the block. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You've been getting your groove on with this cat and that cat and this cat. You're not gonna understand this man when he come to you and try to break it down and say, hey, look, I wanna spend some time with you. I wanna be with you. I wanna see who you are. I wanna smell your scent. I wanna understand you.
We're not doing it.
They ain't doing it. They ain't doing it. Now they out here trying to be big ballers.
Yeah.
Everybody wanna be a boss.
Hot girl summer.
Everybody, I'm a boss. I'm a boss. Man, you're a boss anyway, because if you knew half of what you should know about yourself, you know that you're a boss already.
Now this is facts.
You're a boss. If you're a black person in this world, you a boss if you walk in this planet. Because see, everybody out here on the outskirts who don't understand us don't understand that they've been trying to get rid of us forever.
Oh yeah.
And we still standing tall. So we already bosses. But what we got to stop doing is listening to that crap they keep throwing up in front of us on TV, listening to that crap we hear on the radio, and not all of it, but some of it. Some of it is really bizarre.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know, they telling you, yeah, the black man don't do this, the black man don't do that, and the black man ain't taking care of their baby. You can't say that in a general statement, man, and just leave it there. That's crazy as hell.
That's what they do.
Black men don't love black women. You can't say that.
Yeah, they take the 5 or 10% of athletes.
Yeah.
And attribute that to all black men.
Check it out.
I'm just like,
how do you do that?
huh?
How can you just throw it out? Y'all ain't number dogs. Y'all ain't number dogs. And that's all you hear.
Yeah.
But it's because it's propaganda.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's been pushed out in our society so much. But you have to relate that back to historically. When we came along, man, it was all about destroying the black family because they wanted to keep us astray.
Yeah.
They wanted to keep us apart. And by keeping us apart, they thought we weren't going to flourish, that we weren't going to grow. And we still found a way to get around. And we've continued to grow. Now, as time has come along, the people that used to really be tight together have kind of faded off because you had my grandma and them gone,
Yeah.
you know, mama gone, you know what I'm saying? Daddy gone. So there's not that camaraderie no more.
Yeah.
There's not that understanding that when I see a black woman walking down the street, automatically I'm like, that's a beautiful woman.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't care what she looks like, she's a beautiful woman because she is black.
I compliment every black woman that I see.
You got to, man.
When I go to the gym, there's one that checks my car. They're like, dang, your hair look good.
Check it out.
And she was like, no, King, your hair look good.
See what I'm saying?
It was when I was working, there was a chick. I'm like, man, your skin looks great.
Check
like
it out.
you are doing your thing. You're drinking water and
you
minding
go.
your business.
There you go.
Your teeth look fantastic. You're here.
That's what my man said. You
look
got to
great.
drink water and be quiet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, you go out there now, man, and you say something to someone, the first thing they go, hey, look, I ain't interested.
Right.
All I was trying to do is give you a compliment.
That's it. And
I don't want you.
And I said no. And I say it like the chick at the gym.
Yeah.
I say it with I say it and then I dip out.
Right,
And of course she responds.
There you go.
But after that,
She
that's
understands.
it.
Though.
Yeah.
See, she understands, but not all of them understand.
No. My former coworkers,
Yeah.
they understood.
Yeah.
So it depends on where I'm at.
Right.
Especially if I'm out the country or if I'm out the state.
Yeah.
But I'm complimenting black
Yeah,
women.
man. And
I love them.
You know, like if we're in the airport or something like that. You know, for me, when I was coming up, if you're in the airport, especially when I was coming up, wasn't a lot of black people catching planes too much.
Right.
Man. So when you saw each other in the airport, you had conversation with each other.
Yeah.
You know, when your eyes met, that was an automatic thing. That was what I learned from my father and my mother. You know, when you seen a black person come down the street, you locked eyes. Nowadays, when you lock eyes on somebody, what the hell you gritting on me for?
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
what?
Yeah. It's
What's
It's
that?
crazy.
They've lost all the traditional things that we did to make sure that our communication piece was totally different
Yeah.
from everybody else's.
Yeah. I did an episode on code switching.
Oh, okay.
On my
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah,
I remember
my
that one,
former my job, we used to it was only 3 of us.
Right.
And it was 2 black women
Right.
and it was me.
Right.
And it was code switch when the new girl came to the job.
Right.
I was so hyped.
Yeah.
Like she's beautiful,
Uh-huh.
and I was just like, oh my god,
Yeah.
like it's another one because
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
I'm at is majority. Where I was
Check
is
it out.
majority of white people.
White folks, yeah.
So I had to keep it up.
Right.
I had to, and it was tiring. It's fatigue.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, my brain.
Yeah.
But when she came and she walked by, I was like, Psst, hey.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's how you. But see,
Like,
that's how we roll.
Where you from?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Is anybody listening?
Yeah.
You know, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. To God's honest truth, people better wake up
Mm-hmm.
because there are people still listening.
Yes, for sure.
They're trying to find out if y'all got some unique
And
situation.
and she was smart enough to pick up on that
Yeah.
because every time we spoke, it was at a lower tone. It wasn't
you do that, man. You got to be able to communicate because
Yeah.
you guys be listening to what you're saying.
Yep.
They be listening to your phone conversations.
Yep.
They be listening to you, man. And if you don't believe it, just go work in the office, bro.
Man, they be in there.
They be all up in your stuff, man. You know?
Brendan having car trouble.
Yeah, you know.
The fuck?
You know what? I've never seen him talk to one of those white men.
Yeah.
There.
Yep. And I never did. That's the funny thing. I never stopped in anybody's office except for hers.
Yeah.
Whenever I could.
Yeah.
And whenever I seen them walking down the hall, boom, I was
Yeah.
gone.
There you go.
I was like,
Yeah.
Y'all not gonna see
But
me here.
You best believe they knew.
Yeah.
They tight.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
They in there. You know, they talked about that in the cafeteria somewhere. You know, they was like, yo, break time.
Yeah,
and,
man.
You know, that Blandon and that other black lady.
Yeah.
You know,
they got close.
they kind of close. We got to keep an eye on them. And that's the name of the game. It really happens,
Yeah.
man. This is a historical thing. And it's a thing where a lot of white people, not all, but
Yeah.
a lot of white people will not recognize or say what really needs to be said about life as black people, life as white people, how things worked out, and how, you know, that white people were the only ones that got reparations.
Yeah.
When the enslavement was over,
Right.
they got paid
For what?
for not having no more slaves. They still got paid.
Yeah, thanks for following the
Yeah.
law and being a decent person
Yeah, you follow.
that you don't really want to be.
You don't want to be that person. You're doing it because they forced you to do it. You know, it's crazy, man. A lot of people don't realize that we had a major relationship with the Seminole Indians, you know, and we got a lot. That's why you got a lot of dark Indians down
Yeah.
there. And you got a lot of dark Indians in a lot of different tribes. I met a guy right up here, not too far from here in Chesterfield, and he is Indian, and he's pure Indian, but he's about your complexion.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, got the hair, got the whole 9 yards.
That's
you know,
crazy.
and his beard don't connect either. yeah.
I'm part Indian.
Yeah, he part Indian. You got part Indian. You got that Blackfoot in you, boy. I'm telling you, go way back. But, you know, that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about, man. We have got to get back to our roots, man.
Yeah.
We got to get back to interacting with each other. We gotta look at each other and say, hey, man, what's going on? How you doing?
Yeah.
Literally, how you doing? Hey, can I help you? Is there anything I can do to, you know, move this day along? You know, hey, look here, we at work. I need to get to know you. Maybe I can show you some things. Maybe you can show me some things.
Yeah.
Not when you walk past each other, you look at each other and go,
Yeah.
You know, that's the most simple minded. Oh man, it burns me up.
And it lit her up that I had a podcast, that I have a podcast. She was like, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't tell looking at you.
Check it out.
And I'm like, yeah, because I don't want these motherfuckers to know.
Right,
Like
right.
I just that's not my
Yeah,
I'm
You still got to go in code, man.
Yeah.
You still got to be secretive at work. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. I don't care who you talking to. And I'm gonna tell you something. Some of us, we got to be careful when we talk to some of us.
yeah.
'Cause we always got that old snitch in the background.
That what is Judas?
Judas, man.
Yeah, man.
We always got one in the
crazy.
group somewhere. And it's unfortunate as hell because you would think that because you know the history of our people and the history of the colonizers,
But
it would be no problem.
But people don't want to. I'm not gonna say people don't want to believe it. It's just the American way.
Yeah.
People, black people,
that's the
some
best
of
way.
us, some of us want what they have.
Yeah.
So the only way they see feasible
Right.
is to backstab you.
Yeah.
That's the only way.
They can get it. I can get it.
Take
I
your
can
spot.
get there. Yeah, I can get that.
You know, if they grant me, they give me the crown, I'm good to go.
But you still have to go back historically, Mr. Royce, and look at what happened back there in the day when they came in and bombed Tulsa. They bombed Black Wall Street, bro.
And
They
it
bombed
was another Rosewood.
Yeah,
They did it to Rosewood
They did
too
it to
in
Rosewood.
Florida.
When they saw black people prospering when they saw black people with their own stores.
That scared the fuck out of them.
Scared the shit out of them. See, that's what people don't understand.
Yeah.
And that's why I used to get pissed off as a kid with the basketball players and football players who'd always marry these white women. Because I'm like, man, all these beautiful black women out here, treat them to some of that money. Yeah. Treat them to some of them trips.
Yeah.
They out here.
It's
they
true.
got your back.
It's true.
That was then. Now, I can't say what's going on now.
Now,
there's some wild stuff out here now.
It's
man.
a lot of.
It's a lot of craziness, man.
I don't even know what they are now.
I don't.
Honestly, I can't say they white.
Yeah.
They say Kim Kardashian's like Persian.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know. So it's weird to me, but I love black women.
Absolutely.
I've always been with black women. I remember when I was when Grandma was here. And I think I was like in 5th grade.
Right.
5th or 6th grade or something like that. And I asked her about a white girl.
I remember that.
It's like, Grandma, you know, what does it mean when you like a white girl?
Right.
And she was like, what you mean you like a white girl? And she sat back for a minute and I explained it. I was like, you know, I kind of like, she's pretty.
Yeah.
She's just a pretty white girl. Like, I don't know. And she was just like, you know what, baby? Whatever your heart desires, that's what you go for.
There you go.
I'm not going to tell you what you should or who you shouldn't date.
There you go.
If you love them or like them, and then it grows into love, then do that.
Do that. And if they're recipient, damn, I can't get it out. Reciprocating. What happens? Oh, man, that thing wouldn't move, man. I'm like, but if they're reciprocating, you know, then that's all good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, as long as you're not trying to use this situation to better yourself or to lift yourself up or to think you got some eye candy on your arm because she's white.
Yeah, because she's white.
Man, get the hell out of
crazy.
here. And the thing to me that really blows me out is most of the brothers that marry these white girls, if they ain't ugly, they marry the ones that then redid every damn thing.
Yeah.
They didn't put silicone here and pump stuff in there, pumping stuff in their face. Ain't nothing real about them.
Yeah.
And then they want to talk about the sisters. Oh, they ain't got no hair. But these white girls be wearing the same thing in their hair.
That's the crazy part.
They be putting extensions all over their hair. Yeah. Then they pumping, what is that stuff they pump in their
collagen? Is it collagen?
They pump collagen, I think, in the lips or stuff like that. And then they
Botox.
Botox
Yes.
in the face. I seen this lady on one show, man. She took about 10 shots to the face.
Yeah.
And they love it.
It's crazy,
That's
man.
because they know they get real rough when they get about 30 35.
Yeah.
Ooh, they look bad, bro.
They age like milk.
Man, they just
Terrible.
go bad. They get
Yeah.
sour, stank, and
Yeah.
you know, you're like, damn. But anyway, that's just a personal
Personal preference.
That's a personal thing, man. I seen that, I saw it, I got carried away. Don't take that serious, guys. I mean, but no, it's true though. You know, it's true.
Yeah.
But I'm like, hey man, look at all these beautiful black women out there.
Yeah.
Looking for a man.
Yeah.
You know, wanting a man, wanting a family. Now there's some out here that don't. And I'm good with that.
Yep.
If they don't want a family, if they don't want to be with a man, like your grandmother said. If you want to be with her and she want to be with you, that's cool.
Yeah.
You ain't hurt nobody as long as you're an adult.
Yeah.
As long as you're an adult, I can deal with that. You know, because I think as a child, you are not ready. If you can't buy cigarettes at 18, how the hell you gonna make a decision about changing your sex? Yeah,
Right.
I know I'm jumping over there, but just think about that for a minute. And I think a lot of people, if they thought about it, it would resonate with them.
Yeah.
You know, how am I gonna let my 15-year-old son say he a girl? Or how will I let I seen one kid on TV was 5 years old, I think. So they let him, So they was growing his hair like a girl.
Wow.
They was growing his hair like, and dad and mom, they said, well, that's what he identifies with. He was 5. He was freaking 5.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
And that's the youngest I've seen it, man. But I've seen it. And when I saw it, I was like, are they serious?
Yeah, that.
But that's what's happening in this world, man, and that's what's going down, and it's all a part of the labeling process.
Yep.
It's all a part of keeping us separated. It's all a part of dividing and conquering. They use some of the oldest games in the world.
Yeah.
And they still work, and the reason why they work is because the generation before didn't sit down and tell the generation after, like, they did with us. You
Yeah.
know, they schooled us, you know, and just like we love to hang out with our grandparents and stuff like that because our grandparents was cool and we learned stuff from them, you know. We learned stuff about what was going on down south. We learned stuff about master and all that old bullshit. But, you know, a lot of kids out there now, they don't identify with it. Black kids, I don't get it.
Yeah.
How do you not identify with your history?
Yeah. I've seen
Your ancestry.
I know way too many people in their 30s that get offended or upset
Yeah.
about the plantations
Yeah.
or the slave walks
Right.
and things of that nature.
Right.
Instead of looking at it from a standpoint of this is where my ancestors came
Exactly.
from, they're looking at it like this is bullshit.
Yeah.
Walking through this, why is this still up?
Right.
Like this shit needs to be destroyed. That. And I'm like, but you don't understand where you come from.
Exactly.
And you don't know who you are. And those very same people that are conflicted with that
Right.
really don't know who they are.
They don't.
They really don't.
They have
They're
no
not
clue.
comfortable in their own skin.
They
They
have
don't
no
like
clue.
being by themselves.
Yeah.
They always trying to follow some trend or try to do something to be accepted by the
Exactly.
masses. It's the
Exactly.
weirdest fucking
Yeah.
shit. You can tell when people have good relationships with their grandparents, their
Right.
parents. Kids today, people my age today,
Right.
they don't have good relationships
Check
with
it
their
out.
parents. They don't even kick it with their
it
parents.
out.
They don't go to their house. The only time they go to their house is to drop off the kids.
Yeah.
It's the only time.
Yeah.
And if they don't have any kids, they fucking running them through the mud.
That's about it.
Like they calling them names,
Yeah.
talking shit about
Yeah.
them. Like
Yeah.
there's no unless your parent, to me, I feel like unless your parent was just outright a piece of shit and
Right.
abusive,
Right.
physically, sexually,
Right.
emotionally, was just like destroyed
Yeah,
you
just
to the
destroyed,
point
yeah.
that you no longer like feel like
Right.
a person.
Right.
I don't see a reason why you don't have a relationship with your parents.
Absolutely.
It's ridiculous.
It's kind of like the thing to do.
Yeah, it's
that's what it seems
popular.
like it's popular.
Oh, I have trauma too.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
let's trauma bond.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. You know, look, man, did you have this happen? No, but what about you? Oh,
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, man. Look here. I'll tell you what. Me and you gonna get tight because
Yep.
you know we've been down. And I'll be like, what the?
It's the sickest shit.
What the hell? Instead of talking to someone who could actually help you through it, a professional, you talking to your buddy on the street who knows probably less than you know. But you're going to get some information, advice, or whatever the case from this individual, and you're going to develop and form a relationship with this individual, and now you're just two broke people together.
That's it.
That's all you're doing.
And then once you suck enough out of that person,
right.
or you can't pour into that person
Right.
anymore because they're broken.
Exactly.
You go find somebody else to add
go.
to the group.
There you go.
And now you got a big following of broken
Broken
motherfuckers.
people. They're just all over the place. We have to understand as black people that we are enough.
Yes.
We are enough. We have always been enough. And if you stop for a moment and just ponder, that's when the old country was. Ponder. on what has transcended as we came to this earth, you will see that not much has changed. We've just become more social media oriented.
That's it.
We still got hate groups out here, and they said it's even growing.
Yeah.
Hate groups are growing. We still have people out here doing the backstabbing.
Yeah.
We still got people out here. Now we got people out here shooting up schools like it's a regular thing.
Yeah. It's so normal.
Mass shooting is the normal
It's
thing.
sad.
Yeah.
Man.
You get
Sad.
you get the case to the button, you go shoot it up. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Look, man, if somebody made me mad. Hell, I stubbed my toe. I'm going to shoot up the school.
Yep. That's the
I mean, what the hell, man? Then they sit up and they type up these whole agendas and all this information. And I'm like, what in the hell is going on,
The
man?
same people that can't read out loud,
Yeah.
they still read with their pointing finger under the
Exactly,
words,
exactly,
but they can write a fucking novella about how they felt and like get the fuck out of
And
here.
if you
man.
took that same energy and put it into writing something that would benefit you,
Right.
something that would be helpful to you, you wouldn't find yourself out there with an AK. And first and foremost, from me to everybody else, I know for a fact that are AK-14, AK-16, AK-7, AK-47, that is a weapon of war.
Yep.
Point blank. That's a weapon of war. No one.
Yeah,
No one needs it.
Nobody.
And you can sit up here and say all that madness you want to, but nobody walking this earth needs that unless they're in the military service and they going to war.
Exactly.
Because that's exactly what it is.
That's all it's for.
Yeah.
But they don't, people, it's America. I get to do what I want.
Yeah.
I get to say what I want.
When I want, how
Whenever
I
I want.
But, okay now. Don't be black and say you want to do a CRT or any of that other training they got out there.
Oh, no.
Don't say you want to learn about. See, we can erase Black America easily. And they talked about it for a little while, and then Governor DeSantis down there in Florida, he done pretty much said black people don't mean nothing.
Yeah.
All them black people down there in Florida, he done pretty much said, we ain't teaching none of that. We ain't spending none of Florida's tax money. The money that it circulates through this system was circulated off of slavery.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Everything that goes on in this country, we had something to do with it.
Yep. Now you don't want to talk
Now
about it.
you don't want to talk about it.
It's the equivalent of being in a relationship with somebody who stonewalls.
Check it out.
Who just like, hey, what you did last week kind of hurt my feelings. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, what?
Yeah. I don't, and that's what they do. They legitimately, in their own American way, tell us they don't want to talk about it.
I saw an interview with Erykah Badu. I forget when it was, but she said woke now is the equivalent of saying thug.
Yeah.
It's black associated,
Right.
black adjacent.
Right.
Because now white people have changed the word for it to mean something else.
Yeah.
And even when she said it, and even when the word first came out, it was all about waking up to your consciousness.
Right.
Waking up to nature, waking up to not just being asleep this whole time and just going through life. But now it's been weaponized. It's turned into this thing of like only a certain faction of people utilize this word. And if you do utilize this word, you actually think this way. And if you think this way, then you probably vote this way. And it's a whole it's
what they
political
do.
theater.
It's what they do. That's exactly it. It's
crazy.
all about the confusion. When you look in the mirror and you see confusion on your face, that's what they want it to be.
And it's all a distraction.
Yeah, it's all a distraction.
All a distraction.
It's all.
From that, we can even move to this Trump shit, and then we can even move to Megan Thee Stallion throwing the first pitch.
Yeah.
We can move to whatever, the iHeart Awards.
Yeah.
We can move to Cardi B saying some random shit.
Yeah.
We can move to this escape shit.
Check it out.
But it's all a distraction
from
us going into a recession.
That's right. Because it's getting ready to hit. It's getting ready to hit.
I ain't heard shit about a recession.
That's right. Play it off. They've been doing it for years, man. Back in the day when they went down and they bailed out those car companies.
Yeah.
When they bailed out those banks.
Yep.
We was all, I know in my household, we was like, the hell no, I don't give them nothing. Hell no, I don't use our money. But did they listen?
No.
They're going to do what they want to do. That's why I say we got to get more people out here who have a real grassroots, fundamental concept of what should be taking place in this country. The most amazing thing to me about this whole country is that the British people that came from Britain, London, and they left there because the British people were treating them like animals. Because they were paupers.
Yeah.
They didn't have the money that they thought they should have. They didn't have the land like the lords and all that crazy crap. And that king and all that stuff, that's the biggest crock of shit I ever seen in my life, man. You know what? And they used to push that to us, man, when we was coming up in the books. And don't you want to be a princess? Don't you want to be a prince? Hell no. Hell no. What I want to be is free.
Yeah.
I want to be free in the sense that I can accomplish it. I want to be free in the sense that if I want to go to college, I can go to college. I want to be free in the sense that if I want to walk down any street in the United States, I can do it and not worry about somebody attacking me. I'm talking about not just black people, because I know it's got black. I'm talking about any people.
Yeah.
I'm talking about there shouldn't be a white neighborhood You know, period.
Right.
There should be people. See, we got to get back to humans, man.
Yeah.
That's the only label I consider, man. Human. All this stuff about Hispanic this and everybody on this planet came from black people.
Period.
Stop the presses.
Period.
Stop the presses. Come on, man. Why do you think why do you think white people keep trying to keep us down? Why do you think, okay, again, go back to the reparations. Reparations, white slave owners got reparations. Okay, the Chinese, to a certain extent, after, because see, they brought the Chinese over here and, those folks to kind of be slaves too.
Yeah.
And then when they dropped that bomb in Hiroshima, the boys said, lock them up, put them all in put them all in. And they came out, they came out just like America wanted them to. Trying to prove to America that they are Americans.
Yeah.
If you think about our history in this country, America is a terrorist country.
Yeah.
We are and we have been for a long time. In the history of this country, there have only been a handful of years. I can't give you the exact right now because I can't recall at this time. But I tell you this, there's only been a handful of years that this country has not been at war with somebody else.
Yeah. Yeah, for
With
sure.
somebody else. And I'm talking about from the time. That's why they can do all this, telling you about the history of this war and the history of that war and the history of the war. We wanted to stop black people in any way we possibly could. And that was the goal, and that's what they did.
Yeah. And
it's still alive and well in 2023.
Yep.
And if you don't know that as a black person or a person of color, if you don't know that, you walking around with blinders on, and you definitely got your earplugs in. You ain't seeing nothing and you ain't hearing nothing. You know how them little monkeys do, right?
But a lot of people is not awake. A lot of people don't want to be awake.
They don't want to be.
They're comfortable. Yeah.
They comply.
Yeah.
Because if I say nothing, I ain't gonna do nothing.
Yeah. It's true. Because if something bad happens at work, say something, okay, let's take the Tennessee drag show stuff.
Okay.
So if y'all don't know, there's a law being passed or trying to be passed in Tennessee to cancel all drag shows because they feel like the kids are being influenced there.
Yeah.
Fucking nuts. Doesn't make sense.
Yep.
So what that person said, what the trans person said was, if y'all don't stand up for this,
right,
what makes you think they're not going to come after you next?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
And that's what it's always
but it's
been
like that historically.
It's just
they pigeonhole a particular group and they use their strategy. See, people don't look at that because a lot of Americans, listen to me, you do not have to be intelligent. You do not have to go to college to be intelligent.
No.
College is more for socializing than it is for education. It is more for socializing. You can look at history. If you read a book, you'll learn a lot more than sitting up here on social media looking into a damn computer.
Yeah.
You learn a lot more. We'd be a lot smarter. We'd be a lot further ahead. But I'm going to tell you something, man. I've talked to people who say, I don't read. I don't want to read. I'm not going to read.
Yeah. I've met people like that.
And they adamant about it.
Yeah.
They're like, nah, that's not what I'm... And I'm sitting there going, what?
That's where the most freedom is.
Exactly. That's where it is.
It's in your mind.
In your mind. The power that you draw from that. When you read about the Moors.
Who?
The Moors. Man, we just got an E on ours. But when you read about the Moors back in history, the kings, the queens, the battle. Did you see Viola Davis in her movie? You know? That's real stuff, man.
Yeah.
That's what we've done. And when those white folks came to Africa and all them other places and started making those deals with those kings, them kings thought that they was gonna have something good going on. But they did them the same way. After they got tired, they got them too.
Yeah.
But then you had to have somebody like the Moors who were willing to fight, who were willing to stand up. who was not going to juke you in the back with a blade. They was going to stand beside you. See, that's the problem with our society. We won't stand up for each other.
Nah, man.
Man, that is a thing of the past, and I hate it. I hate it with a passion because you know what? White people will stick up for white people all day
In a
long.
heartbeat.
And they be wrong as two left feet. Be wrong as two left feet. Look at Trump.
Yeah.
Look at Trump. You got
fuck
people
with him.
talking about he raised $4 million in one day.
Yeah. They
$4
fuck with him.
million because he said, "Send me money."
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
They sent him money.
If you can play on people's emotions,
Yeah.
then that's all that matters. But it has to be in a, I can't say it's a victim way because black people have always been the victim, but we
Right.
never claimed victim.
Right.
And I think that's possibly what as far as a culture, society. I mean, as
Right.
far as society is concerned, I think that's why nobody really plays. Because even the Jews, they played the victim.
Yeah.
they didn't fight it.
They're excellent at it.
Yeah, they didn't. They were just like,
I
yeah,
know
y'all
somebody's gonna
did.
say something about that, but I'm gonna tell you again, they're excellent at it.
Yeah,
ain't mad.
they played the victim.
Yeah, I ain't
Asian
mad.
people,
Yeah.
Japanese people
Yeah,
played the
yeah,
victim.
yeah.
And yes, these shits are catastrophic.
Yeah.
I'm not saying one is worse than the other,
Right.
but I'm just saying they played the victim.
Yeah, they did.
When the shit happened to us, we was like, nah, fuck that.
Yeah. You know?
Period.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
And that's what we're still saying.
Yeah.
We're still, some of us are.
Yeah.
But some of us are becoming soft. That's the best word I could use. Some of us are not sure who we are.
Yes. And this goes back to the parents.
Yeah.
These kids, my generation, we do not have relationships with our parents.
With the parents, yeah.
And with that being said, a lot is lost.
Yeah.
It's a lot of personal feelings
Right.
involved.
Right.
And a lot of half truths being told.
Right.
And smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
And there's no conversation.
Yeah.
So now I'm this half-filled person. And I'm going to go and try and find some love
Right.
somewhere else because I can't find it here.
Yeah.
So I go try to find it somewhere else, and I break this person.
Right.
But then I'm just like, oh, nothing's wrong with me.
Right.
And I go find somebody else and break that person.
Right.
Still not me. Go find, and it just
Yeah, it
keeps
just keeps
going,
going, yeah.
because nobody is stopping you to say, hey man, you're fucking up.
But the problem with that is those people that they are broken, they're gonna break somebody else.
Oh yeah.
If they don't get help to get
Yes,
fixed,
yes.
now you starting a chain reaction.
Yes.
And it's gonna be more of us broken.
It's a bunch.
And this is what the system wants. And that's why when people say, well, what's the system? America is the system.
Yeah, period. The reason why
Point blank.
you get a new iPhone every 9 months. The reason why you still buying Jordans.
Exactly.
The reason why you still paying whatever for
Right.
your cell phone.
Right.
If everybody just stopped at one point and just stopped.
Right.
Y'all saw what the pandemic did.
Yeah.
If you just stopped,
Yeah.
shit will change.
They shut them down.
The shit changed within a year.
Yes, indeed.
Less than a year.
Man.
But nobody wants to do that because everybody
Look,
is
bro,
comfortable
They're comfortable with it.
with where they're at.
Yeah,
They're comfortable paying $4 for gas,
Yeah.
a gallon.
Yeah.
They're comfortable paying $80 for eggs.
Check it out.
They're comfortable.
That's my
it's fun.
size of it too. 80.
Yeah,
Man, but you're right on point.
Yeah.
You're right on point, and I see it all the time.
Yeah.
And then you have those people talking about, well, it's good that you're blessed that you can have that, have the resources to take care. No, man, they juking us.
Yeah,
bro.
the whole
The more
time.
you make, the more they take.
From the top to the bottom.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I was reading some, and I'm all for this shit. Like people like scamming
Yeah.
the IRS and shit. Like get y'all money, man. Do whatever
they
y'all
be
want.
doing their thing.
But I've read an article that said the IRS is they're putting audits on people that
Yeah.
make $25K
Yeah.
to $500K
Yeah.
a year.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
So y'all fucking with everybody, except for the 1 or 2%.
One or two.
That,
Yeah.
that
That 10% of the richest motherfuckers in the country. That's why they walk around here the way they do. That's why they ride around in them Phantoms and all them other shits. They got all them 25, 30 cars they got in their garage. That's why they do it. Because they pay lobbyists. They pay lobbyists to make sure that they pay those congressmen, those senators, those representatives that somebody put in office. You know, that's why they do it. And then when they start hollering about AOC, you know, they don't like her because she keeping it real. And I pray that she stay real. I pray that New York keep her in there. You know, the Islamic sister Iam from Wisconsin, I believe it is. Another one.
Yeah.
They want her out bad. They want her out bad because she stands for something and she shows up to the meetings that they have, not only in Congress, but she shows up to the community meetings too, when the neighbors get together.
That's the issue.
Yeah.
It's when you stand for something.
Yeah.
It's when you're by yourself on your own and you're standing. See, today people want inclusion.
Right.
People want to be in on
I
it.
see that.
It's FOMO,
Yeah.
fear of missing out. So like people like it's really hard to like people look for what's it called? Validation.
Yeah.
They look for validation.
You hit the nail on the head.
It's disturbing.
Yeah.
Because there are all these labels.
Yeah.
There's all these titles.
Yeah.
There's all these and they're self-given.
Yeah.
Nobody gave you these fucking titles. Nobody was like, yo, you know, you're this.
Yeah.
You gave yourself this title. Well,
Check
that's
it out.
fine. That's
Check it
fine.
out.
You can do that. But I don't have to accept that. You have to be okay with being on the island by yourself.
There you go.
Like, but nobody is.
Yeah.
So then we get all these, well, nobody supports me.
Yeah.
And nobody listens to me. And nobody watched this. And nobody shared that. And nobody. Well, you're self-appointed.
Right.
So in order for people to fuck with you,
Right.
you have to be a little bit crazy.
There you go.
More crazy
Yeah.
than the average person.
Yeah.
So yes, I've been doing this for 5 years, and no, I don't have a deal, but I'm going to keep going.
Check it out.
That's the level of crazy you have to have.
Man,
but
you
people don't
to.
have that shit.
You have to. You know, that's why you only have a certain amount of people that are super rich. You know?
That's true.
And see, because you have to be willing to put in the work on yourself.
Yeah.
In order to reach your goals. See, you can work at a job for 40 years. That's a living.
Yeah.
You can work on yourself to be a better you in everything that you do every day.
Yeah.
To include this podcast, to include your life, to include your job, to include your interaction with your friends on the outside. Those are the things that will take you to a higher level. But no, we got a lot of us who say, well, man, I'm gonna work my job. You're gonna break your neck.
Yeah.
Working for somebody else. And that's why I've always told y'all, man, find your niche and stick with it. Take it. Just like you wrote that short book here just recently. And I know you're working on the next one.
Yep.
This is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Work on yourself.
Yeah, because
you can work for anybody.
Yeah, that's
You know,
easy.
they'll pick you up just like that. Come on in.
easy.
Oh, you want to work? Yeah, we got.
Yeah.
Look, we'll have you here for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. We give you a watch at the end of that time.
Yeah.
You be all right. You know what I'm saying? But they pockets steady getting big.
Right.
You sitting back there tomorrow. Oh, baby, it's so good. I got a job. Hell to the no, man.
No, man, because
We are supposed to do better each generation. And we should do better by making sure that we uplift each other in the process. If I can't bring but one brother up, then I want him to come up. If I can't bring my first son up, I want my second son to come up. If I can't bring my second son up, I'm going to go to the third. I'm going to keep on talking that talk that's going to give my kids the understanding of who they are, along with the work that they put in to find out who they are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about.
That doesn't happen today, though. That's what I'm saying. It didn't happen 36 years ago.
Yeah.
It didn't happen. Like, these kids, my peers, just grew up and was like, fuck that.
Yeah.
They were just so resilient to the wrong shit.
Yeah.
And just, you know how you can, like, make up stories in your mind and then you start believing it?
Right.
I feel like a lot of kids today have done that and continue to do that. Like it's funny now. Like when you would tell your mom would be like, "Oh, go clean your room."
Right.
Of course, I would get upset in that process during that time because I didn't feel like cleaning my room.
Right.
But it was Saturday morning.
Check it out.
And cartoons were over.
Yep.
Time to go get busy.
Do your thing. Yeah.
Of course, I got upset.
Right.
But those kids got upset and internalized it and was like, my parents don't like me.
Yeah.
My parents this, my parents that. And it's just like the weirdest shit.
Is.
Like, what?
Yeah, it was, it's like, in today's world, it's like, you can go down the list of a scenario of things that have taken place in regards to how kids are now. But I can tell you this, and I can be totally honest with any and everybody out here. It seems to me that there are more parents that are scared of a relationship with their kids too.
Oh yeah, 100%.
More, they don't want to spend that time with them.
No.
They don't want to interact with them. They don't want to talk with them. Like all the stuff that y'all used to do. That's why I be coming in your room.
Yeah. They don't do that.
What's going on, bro? What you up to, man? What you playing what? You want to be in the band. Nah. You want to play bass? You want to play soccer? You need this, okay, all right. Hey, what's that you listening to? I was in there. I'm not patting myself on the back, but that's how I think as a parent.
Yeah.
That I need to be involved so I can know everything that's going on because things change just like they are right now.
Yeah.
Things change, and I need to know that my child or children are going to be okay.
Yeah.
That's my job, to make sure that they're going to be okay and they're going to grow and they're going to be open-minded about just about everything.
Yep.
And they're not going to accept anybody's cockamamie story that they dream up and come up and want to tell you and just want to see. Some people do it intentionally.
Yeah.
They do it with intention. Yeah. They'll do that with intention, but they won't do nothing else with intention.
That's the irony.
Yeah.
That's the
They won't do nothing else. They'll come to you and lie to your face straight eye.
Yeah.
And then when it's time, hey man, what are you doing about advancing your career? Nothing.
Not a thing.
Man, I'm gonna go over here and get high and get me a 40. And, shit, I'm finna get ripped. You know what I'm saying?
Go to the club.
Tight, go pick me a couple of freaks and we gonna get it.
And then get back on the internet and tell everybody, man, life is hard.
Yeah.
This stuff is difficult. I can't believe. Yeah,
it's crazy. We do things to ourselves.
But nobody takes
accountability.
accountability.
No one takes accountability. No one says, I was wrong.
Nobody says 5 years ago that bullshit decision I made to put all my money in Bitcoin fucked me over today. Yeah. Nobody has said that. Yeah. Nobody. Everybody's just like, oh, the economy. Nah. Like nobody.
That's what they do. That's what they do.
What? You invested that money that you couldn't live without, but you did it anyway, all based off of a trend.
Yeah. But that's what they do. They don't research anything. They will listen to some fool out here on the street. They will listen to somebody live next door to them. They will listen and will not do any research at all. And will take their money out of the bank if they got some and invest it.
Yeah.
Without really knowing what the hell you're doing at all. Don't even know how to read the damn stock market.
No. No. That's just how it is.
They just go crazy. You get them EFTs and TFIs and NFOs and POTs and what else can you get? You can get sit down.
And listen, that shit might blow up.
It is.
It might blow up now.
Man, it's hype, man.
But because the general public doesn't know exactly how to maneuver through it and how to get to the actual money or how to make smart investments in it, it means nothing.
It means nothing at all.
It's nothing.
And you can tell that there were games being played with that from the Bitcoin thing. Yeah. Because a couple of the guys who are now, who was major CEOs, CFOs, they under arrest now. Yeah. Or either one of them, I think one of them committed suicide or one of them, Hey. But man, come on, man. How can you go out like that one lady said that? Look, the banks, like not just Bitcoin, but even our banks. Our banks, man.
All them banks on the West Coast.
Man.
There's like 3 of them that went out of business, just closed.
When they do that stuff, that's what happens to the banks and stuff, man. When they start investing in this crazy stuff and it don't go the way it's supposed to go, but people come in and they come in high and then they get out low and then everybody else gets screwed.
Yeah.
And that's the way it go, man. And the banks start talking about, oh, I can't insure that, I can't insure that, I can't do that, I can't do this. But see, in the final analysis, we always get shortchanged in the process. Black people always get shortchanged because we won't stand up and say, you know, F you, man.
Yeah,
we're gonna invest in us.
And then when we do it, it's at the wrong time.
Yeah,
it's always at the wrong time. It's never.
I'm sweating like a banshee. Hey, NASA. I feel like NASA around somewhere. I'm sweating like a NASA.
It's never done at the right time, though. We never say the fuck you at the right time.
Man.
It's always
we always saying stuff, and you be sitting there, what?
It's either too soon or too late.
Yeah,
it's never.
We pick the craziest battles to fight. You know, I mean, we be I had a joke coming to me one day at work, and he was like, "Hey man, check this out. Check this out." They call me T at work. Yo, T, check this out, man. I'm gonna show you something. And he went over and started talking all kind of stuff to the supervisor, female sister. And when he came back, I was like, dog, that's not impressive.
Yeah.
You know, and then a white guy comes in who's a district manager. Man, this motherfucker did everything except go, yes, sir, boss. And I'm sitting there going, wait a minute, you went over there and you messed with the female black supervisor of the office. Then when the district manager come in, anything he said, you running around like, okay, sir, what do you need? Yeah, I'm like, that's the kind of stuff that I hate to see.
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff that we should not be doing. That's the kind of stuff that that enslavement was about, and they got out of it. Yeah. And we're free.
A lot of people are
we're
still
free,
on that.
Technically.
But in the mind. In the mind.
We just don't come together when we see stuff happening to us.
Nah.
Mr. Royce, we are being damaged on a regular basis.
Yeah.
And we keep on pushing out here, well, social media this, and I'm going to be an influencer, and I'm going to be a that, and I'm going to be a this. And what are you influencing? Are you teaching our young black men that they don't need to be thugged out? That they don't need to carry a 9 or a Glock with them? That they don't need to be gang banging? I don't hear none of that.
Yeah, I ain't seen none of that.
You know, I'm like, what happened to the churches in the community that get out there and get involved in the neighborhoods? You know, are you a part of that? Are you helping the PTA? Are you attending the PTA? Are you a member of the PTA?
I've yet to see a social influencer do anything to influence society other than outside of them buying products.
That's what it is.
They're a salesman.
Yeah, they're influencing people to buy products.
But it's not influencing. But the crazy part about that is it's weird because they don't influence their friends.
No.
They're amongst their friends, they're not the influencer.
Right.
It's just weird.
Yeah, and you better not come. If you my friend and you're an influencer, you better not come around me talking.
Man, get out of my face.
You better
hear that
you
shit.
You better not come around me.
Put that camera down, bro.
You in the wrong place, bro.
Yeah, man.
I don't care who you are.
I don't because it's a new narrative going around. Everything is content.
Yeah.
And it's not. It's really not.
Yeah.
I've seen people cry on the phone.
Yeah.
I've seen people out family business, shit that should be handled in private. I've seen just outright outlandish behavior.
Right.
All for likes, all for views, in hopes that a company comes by and says, "Oh, hey, we like." I like that backstabbing. Which never happened.
Yeah, it don't.
I've never seen.
They be talking that crap though, Jack.
Yeah, they do.
They'll try to sell it to you, man.
They do. And it's only few and far between. It's like maybe not even 1% of those type of influencers that exist.
Exactly.
But the rest of them, everybody else plays the game. You have to play into the system. Either you're a comedian, you're a podcaster, you're you have to provide some type of value,
right.
Other than selling
That's
shit.
I would think you would. It just seems
Get the
logical.
fuck?
But when you do that, you know who they are.
Yeah.
You should know who they are because that's all they're trying to do is get you to buy something.
Yeah. So they can get a
So
percentage.
they can get a percentage out the deal. It's the same old thing. It's like when they come up to you and they say, you should be glad you got a job.
Yeah. Yep.
It's the same thing.
Crap.
It's the same. We're in the barrel, and I'm going to figure out a way that I can stab you
Yep.
so I can get mine.
Yep. That's it.
And it doesn't matter whether I have to take money from you
Yep.
or convince you that you need to spend that money over here, even though your son may need this or your daughter may need that.
Right.
I don't give a damn. As long as I'm an influencer.
Yeah. Come by it.
Come by it. That's my job, a con person.
They-
Talk you into that shit. That's what it is.
That's what
But
it
see,
is,
People
for
don't
real.
look at it realistically,
Nah.
man. That's what it is. It's just like stocks and all that other good shit. You can mess around and have the best stock person in the world. Mm-hmm. But they ain't there but to get you to spend more money, to put more money into the system. Some of them will make you rich. They will.
Yeah.
And they'll do everything else they do too. Like, they'll embezzle from you.
Yep. Yep. If they can.
And if they can get you, they gonna get you. You be talking about, oh, you know what, Ted, you're really a great guy. You just keep on embezzling.
Yep.
You
Said no one ever.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, man? I mean, the bottom line. And then on top of that, white collar crime. Man, they don't never
Slap
spend
on the
no.
wrist.
Yeah,
Slap on the wrist.
they don't never spend no real time nowhere.
In a 5-star jail penitentiary. Chilling.
They got them in Florida
TVs,
somewhere.
Wi-Fi. The fuck?
You want some guava?
Yeah.
They spend their time chilling, man.
Yeah.
Doing
Yeah.
everything. Conjugal visits, the
Yep.
whole nine.
The whole 9. And they good.
They ain't in no prison. That's just like this stuff. Let's flip over to Trump. Mm-hmm. If that was you and I, and we had did what they did, what he did to this chick, not to mention all the other stuff he did with the voting and the monies and all that kind of good stuff that he did.
Yeah.
Do you think they would have said, Thomas is going to turn himself in on Tuesday?
Nah.
Man, they would have had the whole damn FBI and everybody
would've kicked the door
at
in.
that door talking about,
Yeah.
come here. Yeah. That's
In the middle of a shit.
Yeah, man, you be laying there on the toilet tomorrow.
He's on the toilet. Go, 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 go. They would have got
You
you.
don't even get to wipe your butt.
Nah.
Man. They be like all on you. Get on the ground. And I'm on the toilet. Get on the ground.
Stop resisting.
Stop resisting. Kick him in the nuts. You know the deal, man. I mean, that's how they do it, man. So my thing is, we just need to interact with each other a little bit more. We need to understand each other a little bit more. And the way that happens is by understanding yourself.
Yeah. 100%.
Getting to know you. I have said it time and time again. I have said it to you guys as you were growing up. I say it to my grandchildren now. I say it to people that I know at work. I talked to young people when I was at the youth center, and I would tell them on a regular basis, get to know who you are.
You have to. It's important.
It's important to know who you are because you must be able to stand on your own 2 feet. You must be. Look, man, if they took the white man Jesus based on the Bible, that Almighty Jesus.
Yeah.
They took him, all those Christians, all them people that love Christ, and they crucified him. They crucified him.
Didn't
Now
even
you
think
want me
about
to
it.
believe the Bible? Okay, you want me to understand the Bible? Y'all took this man, who was coming to save you. Y'all took him and you crucified him.
We don't want that. We're good.
And now you want me to go, let me go to church so I can pray it all day. But man, come on, man. Come on,
Nah,
man.
we don't want him.
I told you.
Yeah. It's true. It's very true. A lot of people, I feel like if a lot of more people took the time to actually
Right.
be to themselves, learn themselves, love themselves, I feel like a lot of this stuff wouldn't take place. A lot of these conversations would have already taken place, and we wouldn't be in the current state that we're in now.
Absolutely.
Where there is, because whether people want to believe it or not, this stuff affects everything.
Yeah, it does.
And more so in this realm of podcasting, the creative realm.
Right.
People don't create or pull from original ideas.
Right.
So now it's like, and granted, no idea is original.
Right.
I get that.
Yeah.
But now you get podcasts where I can share an idea and another podcast will take it as if it's law.
Yeah.
As if they created it.
Right.
Without citing their work.
Right.
And it's weird to me.
Yeah.
Like at first I was kind of flattered.
Right.
Then it was like, okay, that's weird. And now I'm just sitting back like, oh, because now it's kind of goes back to the hurt people
Right.
thing. When you can't do something,
Right.
you copy and paste.
Yeah.
And then you copy and paste and you copy and paste and you copy and paste. And now you have a whole bunch of these people over here though.
Yeah.
But you can't stop the original.
Right.
And that's the thing that people are not understanding.
Right.
Like you can get mad views over here from copy and pasting. But what about if you took that energy to stop copying and pasting
Right.
and creating your own?
There you go.
And that's what
There you go.
took me over
Yeah.
the top with
There
podcasting.
you
Like
go.
now I'm comfortable. I used to drink on the podcast. Like
Okay.
when it first started, I
Yeah.
used to drink, get drunk, be laughing and burping.
Yeah.
And it was fun. It
Yeah.
was great.
Yeah.
But now I can sit here and talk into a camera
Right.
and whatever,
And
regular
talk real,
conversation.
be all up in
yeah.
there. And we can
Same.
laugh and still burp. But
Yeah,
I mean,
same
you know,
conversation, but
yeah.
I don't need that
There you
because
go.
that was a copy and
There you go.
paste
There you go.
idea because that idea Drink Champs
Yeah.
had just came out.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, we can be like that.
Yeah.
And we could do but that no.
Yeah.
Once you step back and create your own,
Yeah.
you in there. But
The
people
word-
don't do that.
The word for the day is authentic.
Yes, for
know,
sure.
Authentic. Be your authentic self.
Yeah.
Be the best authentic person you can be. And the only way you're gonna get there is by working on you.
Yeah.
That's the only way you're gonna get. I can't become authentic because I know you and I know that you're authentic. I gotta work on me.
Yeah.
I gotta be able to say to myself, this ain't cool.
Right. Right.
I need to change this. Because it ain't cool with me.
right. I'm not cool
I'm
with
not
it.
cool with it.
Not because it gave me X reaction over
Right,
here.
Right. Right.
I just don't like that. Like it's
you go.
certain stuff I don't talk about on here just
There you go.
because I don't want to talk about it. I
Right.
don't and it's like a popular thing to do on podcasts.
Right.
Like, I don't want to talk about that because
Yeah.
nah.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
me, I truly don't want to talk about certain
Right.
stuff. I will get quiet.
Yeah.
If it's brought up
Right.
and I don't see a comedic value
Right.
or some type or a teachable moment,
Right.
I don't speak on it.
Yeah.
Or if I don't know about it,
Uh-huh.
I just don't speak on it because
Right.
it's not important. I'm not going to do it because it's a trend.
Right.
I'm not going to bring it up because the headline topic.
They're doing. They did it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, I'm
But
not trying.
You know, it's so
Weird.
It's so childish to me.
Yeah.
You know, when you follow, it puts me in the frame of mind of when we were in high school. Mm-hmm. And it was the most pop. Everybody wanted to hang with the most popular kid.
Yeah.
You know, even though he or she may have been messed up for days.
Right.
But they were the most popular, so I want to be around them because they're cool.
That's it.
Everybody likes them.
That's
They're
it.
still the same thing. We just didn't have the machinery.
Yeah.
You know what
That's
I'm saying?
it.
They cool. I want to be around them. Everybody hang out with them. La, 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 la. They may not be worth a doggone penny.
No.
I mean, just be the worst person you ever wanted to see.
A lot of them are. A lot
You
of
know,
them are.
That's the worst you ever want to see. And everybody be like, yeah, I want to hang out. No. Be yourself.
That's it. That's
Be
it.
yourself.
It's weird. I think that is the hardest thing,
Yeah.
especially my generation,
Yeah.
for them to do because they're so easily influenced by the internet.
Man.
They're
bruh.
so easily
You telling
influenced.
me.
Like even like that's why I enjoyed growing up in the 90s, early
Right,
2000s, before like the internet actually
Right,
took
right.
off. Like you can tell when somebody's from New York.
Right.
You can tell when somebody's from Atlanta.
Yeah.
From Florida.
Right.
From California. From Texas. The Midwest. You can tell.
Right.
Back then. Now you can't because everybody uses the same slang.
Yeah.
Everybody says,
Man.
quote unquote borrows.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to sound like they're from the South. They ain't never been here.
Yeah.
Or they consider
I've noticed that.
it's the weirdest
Seriously,
thing.
I've noticed that.
Weird.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's cool because the internet made the world smaller, so
Right,
to speak,
right,
so you
right.
can reach different points.
Right.
But now it's smaller to the point that nobody actually, like you say, converse.
Right.
They don't talk.
Yeah.
They just sit back, observe, I'm gonna take this from here,
Yeah.
take that from there, take this from here, and this is me.
This is me.
But that's not it.
That's not
You're
you.
a Frankenstein
Yeah, check it out.
representative
That's
of
right.
yourself, a
That's
caricature.
right. Yeah.
And it's just like, what?
You have to know who you are first.
Yeah.
And
You
then-
used to be able to dress a certain way
Yeah.
and be like, oh, that nigga from Detroit.
Check it out.
You can't
Straight
do
up.
that no more.
Straight up.
You can't do that no
Yeah.
more.
Straight up.
It's different now.
Yeah.
It's to the point that everybody dresses the same.
Right.
Everybody buys shops from the same place.
Yeah.
It's just weird.
It is.
It's weird.
It's totally weird, man. And you go places and all you see is the same stuff. And you don't realize it. You seeing everybody is everybody.
Yeah.
They're all the same. It's like just like they just took us out of a computer package.
Yep. That's
You
what
know?
that's
And
what I keep saying.
They just lined us up. you
Yeah.
know? And they said, okay, you're all gonna be this piece.
Yep.
In this game.
Yep.
Okay, this is where you gotta go. Now we're gonna have a few pieces over here that are gonna run things, you know, and we got a few pieces over here that's gonna be richer than you.
Yep.
And we got a few pieces over here who gonna hate you because you. It's all out there, man. It's laid out for us. All we have to do is reach into ourselves to open our minds, and more importantly, to open our eyes, along with our mind.
Yeah.
To see what's really going on. You can't walk around this earth with blinders on, saying everything's okay because you know you're not. Because I'm gonna tell you, I don't know this for a fact, but I know those Judases out there. I know when they go home in the evening time. I know when they get ready to go to bed at night. It is a difficult task.
Oh yeah.
It is a difficult. 'Cause everybody got a conscience,
Yeah. You
and
can't-
everybody know when you stepped over the line.
Yeah, you can't escape it.
You can't.
You can't
You
escape
dealing with that every day, and you know when you come back to work, them same people gonna see you the same way,
Yep.
because that's who you chose to be.
It has to be tiring
It has to be
to be just
frustrating.
trash.
Yeah,
to
Just
be
there.
trash.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's just the way people are, though. Some folks are willing to accept that harshness in life just to get a few perks. Not many. It's just like when the white folks came. That's right. I'm relating it again. When the white folks came over to this country and gave the Indians all the blankets with what was it, chicken pox
Chicken
or
pox.
something like that.
Yep.
And we're gonna help. We're gonna be friends. I appreciate all you teaching us about the land. I appreciate you taking me to hunt the buffalo. I appreciate you. They saw that, thought these people, the people of this planet, the Indians, the Native Americans, thought that y'all was gonna be their friend. You never had any intention to being their friend.
Zero.
You came over here and did with the same thing that the Queen and them did to y'all. Y'all did it to America, and that's why America is America.
Yep. It's a curse.
It is.
It's a cursed
It's whack.
place.
It's whack for days, man.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love where I've been because this is where I've been. But I've been other places. Mm-hmm. You have too.
Yeah.
That you get treated a whole lot better.
Yeah. They,
You know, a
they
whole lot better.
love you.
They love you.
Love
You know?
Thailand.
Yeah,
They love
yeah,
you.
they
Oh,
do.
black man.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey.
Yeah,
And it's not offensive.
No,
it's just
not. No,
that's
they,
what it
they,
is.
They actually enjoy being in your company.
Yeah.
They actually enjoy the conversation, and they will bring up. Like I remember when I was in the Marshall Islands a while back, when I was in the military, and the Polynesian people there, man, they was like, man, white people,
Yeah.
they get on my nerve.
Yep.
You know, not one. Not two. I'm talking about all of them.
Yeah.
We would go to their house, because they invited us to their house. And we went to their house, and them jokers was like, man, we don't like white people.
Yeah. It's true.
They are vicious.
Yeah.
And this is what I've seen. I'm not perpetuating a fraud. I'm telling you what I've seen in my life. I remember and will never, ever in my life forget coming up in school. And I'll never forget one of my teachers, Miss Solberg, told me that you will never be nothing. You can never be anything. You will never get to where you want to be. And I wish every day I could have seen that old bitch once I got over, because I would have surely shocked her.
Yeah.
I would have surely shocked her. But the reality of it is you don't have to be there
Nah.
to see it. See, that's the thing people don't understand. I don't have to be there to see you fall
And that's gross.
because you will fall.
That's
you will fall. But this is what people do. People want to hate you
Yeah.
and don't even know why.
Yeah, they'll do it in a heartbeat. They will create again, a story,
Yeah.
a situation in their head,
Yeah.
as if you've wronged them,
Yeah.
and that's the problem.
There you go.
And you've done nothing to them.
Exactly.
And that's why I love the fact that I'm able to think outside the box. I love the fact that I can relish in knowing that I don't have to be there when you do fall.
Yeah.
And just know that things are going to happen.
Yeah.
And it's just the way of the world.
Yeah.
But for me, and for anybody that listens, I just want them to know, like, don't let that motivate you either, though.
No, never.
I never want people, because I posted that, I think, like a couple of days ago. I never want people to be motivated by like that
By
chip on
negativity,
the chip on the shoulder type thing. I just want you to know that you can do it. Just be self-motivated.
Yeah.
Just get up and do whatever it is that you want to do.
That's it.
Absent the bullshit. Just forget all of
There you
that
go.
stuff, man. Just, if you want to write a movie script, do it.
Do it.
Like you said, you go to work,
Yeah.
then you got to deal with your friends, deal with your family, and carve out 30 minutes to an hour to write.
There you go.
And that's it.
Make
Then you
the
can play
time.
your video games. You can
Yeah.
go watch
Make the
basketball.
time.
You could,
Yeah.
but you
Make the time.
whatever. And it may take years.
It may.
But at least you're doing
Exactly.
it. And when it comes to fruition,
Yeah.
you will feel that much better.
Absolutely.
Like, I
Absolutely.
completed this.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think people need to understand the motivation, even if you don't motivate. See, let me tell you, rich people, I can tell you that I know for a fact that they utilize affirmations.
Yes.
For what they're doing. They utilize the vision boards
Yes.
for what they're doing. And they stay focused.
Mm-hmm.
And so in order for them to stay focused, it was just like you were saying, you got to get all the clutter
Yes.
out the way.
Yes.
You got to work on the things that are going to benefit you and yours. The things that are going to take you to that next step. The thing, and you may have a lot of individuals who may be spitting at you, spitting on you, being negative all the time, and you may every now and then go, okay, I'll keep it going. That's what you have to do.
Yeah.
Brush them off and keep going, because when you see yourself in a successful mindset, when you see yourself in a successful position, when you see you met the goals and the challenges that you set for yourself, you're gonna be astonished.
That's the beauty
You're
of
gonna
it.
be astonished.
When I finished the book, I was just like, oh, snap.
Check.
Like, I did it.
Check.
And now all the things that I was thinking about
Yeah.
saying,
Yeah.
they were gone.
Check it out.
All the people that I thought I was gonna like actually doo-doo on or shit on, they were gone. I never, it just vanished. And then like this calm came over me.
There you go.
And I was just like,
There you go.
I'm an author.
That's right.
Like,
You've accomplished something.
like,
And you did it.
So
You did it.
Yeah. They really don't matter.
Yeah.
Like, none of this stuff really
None of it
matters.
matters.
It's always been on you. And I've always been writing.
Right.
But it's just a difficult process
Yeah.
to get through
Look,
to write a book.
I'm sure
a
it
short
is.
story.
I'm
at
sure it
that.
is, yeah.
But for some people it may be like this.
Yeah.
But for me,
Right.
for the way I wrote it,
Right.
is just difficult. But when I finished it, I was like, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was just utter silence.
Right.
Like nobody said anything.
Right.
But I knew people were listening. I knew people were just like, oh snap, he did what?
Yeah.
Like you can kind of like see it.
Yeah.
And still nobody was like, it took about a week for people to be like, congratulations.
Yeah.
It took like,
they had to go through
like
their process.
Yeah, like 3-4 days. Like,
I
congratulations,
feel
man.
some kind of way about that.
Yeah, like good job. I mean, outside of my inner circle,
Right.
everybody else is
But
about a week.
That's amazing. Again, that shows you,
Yeah.
who you're dealing with.
Yeah.
And when they show you who they are, believe them.
Yeah, you got to.
You gotta believe.
I've seen them for 5 years with the podcast.
Yeah.
It's
You
been
see
that
them?
way. So I expected nothing else.
Yeah.
But I know it's getting out there to the people that needs to.
And you got some great reviews on
Yes.
it too, man.
Yes.
I saw some of them.
That's
I was
the
like,
crazy part.
Wow.
Out of those 6, 2 of them I don't know who they are.
Check it out.
So I'm just like, oh snap.
Check it out.
Those are the ones. Like I appreciate the
Yeah.
6 reviews. I appreciate my friends
Right.
hitting it up. But those two, I was just like, oh,
Yeah.
who is this?
Yeah.
Because they didn't leave a name. And I'm like,
I was like, yeah, it was like I'm gonna be anonymous.
Yeah.
I was like, okay,
this
but
like
it was
Oprah?
nice. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But you never know though. Even though we laughing about this,
Yeah.
you never know when someone like that could
Yeah.
look at your material. Like I tell you, you got to always have your head clear.
For sure.
Because you mess around and you can get a phone call like that. You
Yeah.
can get a phone call from somebody that really wants to promote you. But you gotta vet them. You gotta make sure you vet them and know who they are, and then go through the process before you share any information. But in the same process, though, that's how it happens sometimes. Just that easily. You can have there was a young lady who wrote a book not too long ago. She said her younger brother, motivated her. Because he kept telling her, you need to finish that book. You need to finish. And it was a children's book. And the next thing you know, it was on the number one. It was number one on the book charts.
Wow.
And the next thing I know, she's on Good Morning America.
Wow.
Yeah. And they did the whole interview and all that kind of stuff. And she had her brother with her. She said, I had to bring him with me because he was my source. He was the one that kept telling me I could do it.
That's tight.
I could do it. And he said, yeah, that's what I do. He said, I love her and I know she's talented.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? When people love you,
Yeah.
they want the best for you.
100%.
When people care for you, they want the best. When people are authentic, they should be wanting the best for you. Because let me tell you, when people do things, don't believe that they ain't doing it with intention.
Yeah, it's intention behind
It's
it all.
intention behind what they do. Don't you ever think, well, I didn't mean that. Yes, you did.
Yeah, you did.
Yes, you did.
You did.
You did it with intention. Your intention was to try to hurt me.
Yep.
That's what it was. But I'm not going to allow you and anyone else to stop me from moving forward in my process. Because this is my process, and I've got to be the owner of what I am doing in my life. I can't allow you to be sitting on the sideline talking about, no, man, you don't need to do that. Man, that didn't screw me
Right.
up. Nah, I ain't trying to hear that, bro.
Right.
I ain't trying to hear it. Let me go ahead and be who I'm going to be. Let me know that if I fail, I failed. I didn't fail because of you.
Exactly.
I failed. But I tell you what, I'm going to get back up.
I'm trying to find this video. It was this video of this gentleman. He explained how to critique, how to tell the truth.
Right.
He said the truth doesn't have to be harsh.
Yeah.
He's like, it just has to be true.
There you go.
And he gave this example. I can't find the video. I know I downloaded
All
it.
right.
But he gave the example of like a friend of his had a play.
Right.
And she was so excited about this play. It was a horrible play. The play was terrible.
Okay.
And he went backstage to go greet her after the play. She was still in her costume and makeup.
Right.
And she was like, so what'd you think?
Right.
And he was like, you know what? I'm just so happy to be here.
Yeah.
And to see you in your element.
Yeah.
And just to share in this moment with you, it was great.
Yeah.
And he was like, I didn't lie. He was like, it is true. I am happy to be here. I am happy to see her in her element.
Right.
But the next day, I called her up and she was still energized and eager. But I asked her, can I share something with you about the play?
Right.
And she was like, yeah. And he said, we had a rational conversation. And I pointed out some things that were off that I didn't like. And she retorted, and it was a good conversation.
Cool.
And he was saying that in that, after the play wasn't the time to address what he didn't like about it because adrenaline was so high, because she was feeling so good.
Yeah.
It's not my place to knock her off
There
her
you
high
go.
horse. And
There you
people
go.
are better receptive of
Yes.
things the next day
Yeah.
when the endorphins are
Yeah,
down,
yeah.
and they're ready to listen.
Exactly.
But the idea of the truth, and the people have this concept of, I just keep it real,
Right.
and I just say what I want, and I give it to them raw.
Right.
That doesn't make it right.
Yeah.
Like it's still a dance
Right.
that you have to do
Right.
if you care about people, if
Yeah.
you care about the person that you're speaking
Yeah.
to. There's something there, you handle it with gloves. And I just wish people would take that and really ride with it.
Right.
Because people, the first thing, people today will either lie to you or they'll just, I'm keeping it real and give it to you raw.
Right.
Either way, it's no in between.
Right.
And I think a lot of the in between in life is gone now.
Yeah.
I think the middle is just out in everything. You can't be on the fence about anything. You can't be on the in the middle about whatever it is that you have to choose a side. You either like this podcast or this podcast.
Right.
You can't like both.
Yeah.
You either like this Jay-Z or you like Nas. You can't like both.
Right.
You either like, it's just like you're a Democrat or Republican.
Yeah.
You can't be a liberal. You can't be in the middle. You can't do it.
That's it.
You either for trans or against trans. You either pro-life or like what? Yeah. Like there is no in between no more. There's no I'm a neutral person or party in this, and I'm just looking at both sides. Both sides have pros and cons. Why do I have to choose?
Right.
In a lot of instances, but people I just feel like they just like that sort of chaos, and it gives them a sense of purpose in a way.
It does.
It's weird.
It does.
It's the weirdest shit.
But it's been going on. See, the thing with that, Mr. Royce, is it's been going on for so long that it's the norm. It's how they work the system. Just like we're sitting here talking, there's somebody somewhere in the state of Virginia that's sitting here talking about, I want to kill a nigga on a podcast. You know, if you see them, stomp them. Or they talking about some LGBTQ stuff. Talking about, hey, if you see any of them faggots or you see the dykes and it, you need to do this to them. This is what we need to do. Because this is what they do. They wreak havoc, man.
Yeah.
This is what their life is about. And they feel it's like, some of them are like, it's like a calling.
Yeah.
That they're supposed to be doing this kind of stuff. And it's so damn sad.
Yeah, it is.
That you have no more control, no more understanding, no more ability than to think that that's your focus and your purpose in this world.
Shock jocks.
Yeah. Crazy as hell, man. But I tell you what, it all comes back around, man. It comes back to roost, baby.
Yeah.
And it comes back in many different ways. So all I can tell folks is if you're out there, we need to try to do better. We need to try to be better. We need to know that we are enough in any consequence, in any circumstance, with any situation. It doesn't matter. You are enough. And you got to tell yourself you're enough.
Yeah.
Daily. Before you go to bed at night. You are enough. And you will be enough. Keep rolling, man. Don't stop. Don't let ignorance override you.
Nah.
We got to move forward, man. And we got to move with a sense of purpose.
Yeah, at some point, you would like to think that it will get better. But as long as, like you said, as long as you get one, at least one, that's all we can hope for.
Yeah,
man.
that's really it. That's really it.
But I'm with you.
Yeah.
Like, love on yourself, for real.
Love yourself, man.
It don't cost nothing.
Self-care, man. Take care of yourself.
Yeah.
You're the most important. No one knows you, and shouldn't, better than you.
Yeah.
No one.
And quiet as is kept, a lot of that stuff is across the board.
Yeah.
Like, when you love yourself, it shows in your relationship.
Yeah.
It shows in your friendships. Yeah. It shows in work.
Check it out.
Shows in how you walk.
Absolutely.
It shows. Even in, I don't know, man. I just feel like even in creating, it shows.
Yeah.
Like, when you love yourself, you take time with things. Yeah. And I don't know, man. I just feel like people just don't care. Yeah. It's gotten to a point where it's one or the other. Yeah. It's either I love myself or I don't.
No middle ground.
No, there's no.
But see, that's because they've changed everything. They've changed words in the dictionary.
Yeah.
The meanings.
Yeah.
They've taken words out of context, like woke. Woke used to be, when it first started, it was supposed to have been something that was positive. Now it's something that's negative.
Yep.
People laugh at you and make jokes about being woke.
Yep.
This kind of stuff. I mean, it's always a way to destroy the works of someone who's trying to work positively.
You know what? That's true. Because even with this conversation of black male masculinity, I seen a tweet today It was in reference to sexual positions.
Yeah.
Pretty much along the lines of if a woman sits on your face or reverse cowgirl or any number of positions, then that is homosexual. And that man is practicing lesbianics. It's a dead ass. This is a real tweet. This shit is real, and it's like
What that word?
lesbianics. Yeah, and it's like this attack on black masculinity.
Yeah,
because black masculinity is on a rise.
This is crazy, man.
And it's like, okay, so now, like you're saying, it's redefining words.
Yep.
So now homosexual is something that happens between heterosexual people?
Yeah.
I'm confusion.
That's how they want us to be. They want us to walk around here talking about, which way did he go?
I just don't understand. I was like, first I was blown off by lesbianics. So I was like, what is that?
And see, the thing that bothers
The
people.
science behind lesbians.
That's it, What is that? But when they do that stuff, man, that's what it's all about. Back in the day, they had a song by the Temptations. Some of y'all may have heard it before. It's called "Ball of Confusion." Mm-hmm. Man, you need to listen to that song. It will blow your freaking mind. It will blow. I mean, that one, Psychedelic Shack. These were songs back in the 70s, 60s, and stuff like that. Man, it's telling you. It's pre-warning you. It's foretelling you what's to come in the future.
Yeah.
What's going on currently and how it will continue to build itself. The Funkadelics did a cut called Chocolate City.
Yeah.
DC is Chocolate City.
Yeah.
That's what they sung about. They telling you about the things that's going on up there, the things that are happening. Man, look, them people up there in them suits and ties and talking about this and I'm your senator and I'm your congressman. They don't give a crap about you.
Nah, they don't.
Because they know they ain't got to do what you say. Mm-hmm. Because you won't give them no term limits. You won't vote them out. You
what?
sit up there and then sometimes you won't even go vote.
No.
So they just be like, okay, well, they leave me here. And do some work, man. Do some research. Find out how many congressmen and senators came to D.C. Pretty much just broke or just barely making it. And find out how long they've been there. And then find out how rich they are today.
Man.
They making money hand over fist. And then they telling you, oh, no, you can't do this.
Yeah.
We're going to regulate what women can do.
Yep.
We're going to stop that. No, we're not going to educate blacks in black history.
Yeah.
That's not necessary.
Keep minimum wage at where it's at. We're not doing none of that. We're gonna leave it up to the states.
Yeah.
States can decide. We're not gonna touch that.
It's a game, man.
Like what?
It's a game. And it's,
Like
and it's a horrible game.
$18 is the new set minimum wage.
Yeah. And they act like $18 is a lot.
It's not.
It's not. This day,
I can tell you from experience.
Yeah.
That is $1,000 and $1,000. Yeah, $1,000.
Okay.
Yeah, it's $1,000.
Yeah.
For 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of money, guys.
No, man.
It's trash.
It's not.
It's trash.
And then they manipulate the system and they say, well, if you work overtime, then we can't pay you now, so we're going to give you some time off.
Yeah. Oh.
And then when that supervisor come to you with that and you go along with it and they go ahead and give you the time off and they tell you when you have to take the time off too.
Yep.
And then they turn around and give her or him a bonus.
Yep.
Yeah. Say,
In a heartbeat.
They did good work.
Yeah, good job. In a heartbeat, they'll do it, man. Hey, keep your eyes open out there.
I'm telling you, man, woke or not.
All that stuff, that time off stuff is trash.
Man,
They
it
just
is.
all
Straight
of
trash.
it. They'll pay you pennies and expect you to make do with it.
Yeah.
That's it. It's not my responsibility.
Not mine. And they pretty much live that life, man.
Wow.
They come in every day with that same intelligence and saying, as long as I'm getting mine,
I'm good.
I'm good. So keep your minds open, keep your eyes open, keep your hearts open. Be about the world.
Yeah,
be about yourself. Be about your family.
Yes. Yes. And with that being said, we're gonna get up out of here, man. We did a little minute today.
Oh, there, we on it.
Hour 45.
We got deep, baby.
Yeah. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. For real. We appreciate y'all, everybody that was on the live, everybody that tunes in each and every week. Last weekend, it was my birthday. I'm 37 now. So thank y'all
Stop lying.
for all the birthday wishes and all that good stuff. I do have a book out. Please check it out. It's called Spaghetti is Better the Next Day. It's written by Tavis Just. That is my little brother's name. I took his name and used it as my pen name. So check it out. It's about 13 pages, 15-minute read. I'm working on part 2 and another book series at the same time. So check it out. It's only 99 cents on Amazon. And we'll be back next week, man. Thank you, Pops, for being here once again.
Oh, anytime, bro. Anytime.
Awesome sauce. You are a great guest. I love talking to you, man.
The same here, man. I mean, it's just
I don't have to talk about stuff on the internet.
Right.
It's just like free flowing.
Yeah,
I can just
free
start
flow,
with a
man.
question and then we just boom, boom, boom.
You nail it anyway, man. You got it out there, though. But I tell you what, man, I just want your audience to know that it's all about you. Always keep yourself up. Always be about affirmations for yourself and build you. Because you build you build a better day for you the next day.
100%, man. With that being said, TJ, love you, dog.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for tuning in. Just remember, one day life's gonna flash before your eyes. Just make sure it's worth watching. God, grind, goals, hey.
No shade, no shade, just palm trees. Kiss you. Goodbye.
That was cool.
Yeah.
That was cool. That was